Even Brazil's coming in. That's a shame. Russia is terrifying. Sitting them all in the corner last week just made them stronger. People could still attack them. They just weren't allowed to attack other people. Just seeing if anyone else has joined the war on either side. No, so Shan still hasn't done anything, and then the one that we're really watching is Hindustan. Hindustan has finally decided to go after Ratampur, probably realising, oh, they're not a vassal. Should probably do something about that. Or maybe they were a vassal and they decided that war was quicker than diplomatic integration. So most of Russia's forces have now been sent packing. I actually have a supply depot here.
Hello.
Hello.
Been asking around about Spain, and people seem to think that it is deliberate nation ruining as what.
Fine, we'll ban him. Not having that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we can't kick him this session, but he will not be asked back.
That was what I was expecting. And there probably won't be a country for anyone to take over. Unfortunately. I mean, worth taking over player. So I think it's probably just going to be an AI that people will take apart.
We'll deal with that after.
Yeah, exactly. The other thing I'd mention is you might want to go and have a look at the culture map mode for Italy, because it's not very Italian.
Okay. As soon as I remember where cultures are, there they are. Austrian? What?
Shadow Kingdom event gives you a penalty if you're in the Empire and Italian.
Hey, Mordred, just a quick question. Can we go to like 10 past?
Yeah,
this
sure.
time? Okay, perfect. Thanks.
So they're avoiding the penalty by becoming Austrian.
That's one way of doing it, I guess. Yeah, it's annoying that the Shadow Kingdom is a permanent modifier. I don't think it should be. If Austria is able to maintain control over that, then the Italians should get it for maybe 50 years to 100 years.
Yeah, he's also Battle Pope, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you noticed that.
I had not, but I would expect no less.
No, and he was showing off about... and he's discovered that he has an option as a thing that gives him an obscene amount of free policies.
How so?
It's a government reform for theocracies, which gives you a free policy in each category.
Oh, free policies. Oh, wow.
Yeah. He's currently running with 7 policies, and he's only paying 1 military point.
That's really good. Is that for theocracies or just for the Pope? For the Pope?
I'm not sure whether it's all theocracies or just Pope, but I think it's all theocracies.
Actually, that's something I could have checked if Cologne was still alive. Who's this? Frankfurt? Frankfurt's not a theocracy, are they? No, free city. Bar.
There is a government type map mode.
I'm trying to think who else might be a theocracy. Is there a government type map mode? Need to find that as well.
Yes, there is, and there are no other theocracies in the game.
Sang's Republic. That's a theocracy. You are right. Theocracies have been wiped out. Oh, wait, no. Oh, does that count? It's a monastic order.
Where?
The knights. They're vassal.
Of course they are.
Subservient bureaucrats. Yep, they have it as well. So it's not just a papal thing. In Malta.
I'd forgotten that listed.
They didn't until recently.
That's a very useful reform.
Yeah, I had not noticed that before, and I don't remember it from when I was playing as the knights. So maybe that's something they've added more recently? I'm not sure. Or maybe it was there and I just didn't recognise it for what it was.
Yeah, the player playing the Pope player was saying that he thought it was just going to be 1 free policy, not 1 per category.
Yeah.
And he's
Usually
and
it would say +1 admin policy, but no, in this one it's like +1 to all. Okay.
Yeah, he was pleasantly surprised when it turned out to be much better than he thought it was. But yes, we have an Austrian Pope.
Good to know. Well, actually, Rome wasn't Austrian. Everything around it was.
I thought Rome was.
Oh, no, Rome is. You're right. It's Siena that's not. I stand corrected.
Angie was just converting enough development to be able to flip
Yeah,
his
because that
nation.
culture conversion's not going to be cheap, but I guess it's worth it for the -1 prestige or whatever it is every...
It's a lot. It's a whole bunch of penalties. I mean, presumably Milan still has them, so we go as I could look in and see.
I can take a look.
What they are.
Yes, they are
+3 national unrest, +10% stability cost modifier, -1 yearly prestige. That's painful. Right, I'll go back to the admin box in case anyone else wants to talk to me. But
Okay.
I thought you'd be interested in that one.
Yep, sounds good. Thank you. So, what I was trying to say is Euron have started moving some troops over here to go and deal with the Timurids. Unfortunately, they have already lost the Zagst fort, which would have been the obvious place to fight. Now the Timurids are just kind of sitting behind it, waiting for the Russian counterattack to come. And the Russian counterattack seems to be gathering a little bit of steam. They do have an army here that can go after Texas, though they've not yet done it. Naval superiority should be absolutely on this side, seeing as they've got Magandan out and Japan. Not very many galleys, but they've definitely been building up some more heavies. In fact, Japan's only got one. Japan? Where's your navy? That's a terrible fleet. What are you doing? You're Japan. You're the Great Britain of the East. 1 heavy, 4 lights, 15 galleys, and 13 transports. That's pathetic. France still hasn't forced demands. I'm kind of pleased that they haven't, because Spain would just let them be stab hit. Yeah, see, they're being stab hit now, and they're just ignoring it. Like, I am banning bacon in the future. This isn't the first time. France is sending me in the peace terms. Yeah, and once they go down to -3, they will be force accepted. So it's currently at -1. Are they increasing that? There goes another one. They're on minus everything. They're bankrupt. Yep. Yeah, that is definitely nation ruining. People asking what is nation ruining? This is. Where you sit in a war without trying to fight it, without having any hope of success, without complete capitulation, and just letting your country spiral into death. Like, Spain is going to be almost impossible to recover from this point because they are being hit so hard. That is nation ruining. Like, fighting hard, taking lots of loans to fight the war, I get it. He's not even trying to fight it, though. He's just taking loans for no reason. Why would you even waste time doing that? Because he's a very bad loser. This is something I've noticed about him before. He does not take well to defeat. And he's being kind of slapped around today. Grin and bear it. It's a multiplayer. Anyway, the war against Iran seems to have gone into a bit of a stalemate. We do have large Russian forces coming in. Japan here is looking a little bit isolated. It's going to take the Iran forces a really long time to bring these in to defend a fight here. This is in the mountain, so it would be a -2. If they could quickly push and take it, then they might be okay. But if these guys react quickly and are able to... Whoa, really? It's in the steppes. You do have a river crossing potential. Yeah, okay. I was going to say, you probably don't want to do that. If he wanted to make it, he could just run to the New World. Yeah, I mean, we've seen other players do that already. And he hasn't. And here we go. 120,000 against 25,000 Russians. I wonder if this is a distraction for an attack here against the Japanese, because this seems to be a bit of a waste of a unit. We do have Timurids force marching in. They are attacking one at a time. This is a disaster for the Russian forces. They're just trickling in one unit at a time, and this massive unit of Yuan forces are just sitting here squishing them. 45,000 Russians against 135,000 Yuan. We got Texas marching in. We got Timurids force marching in. The Russians are too far away. Like, this was a really badly organized fight. 50,000, 70,000 Russians. I mean, the Russians have the quality to stay in these fights, but the fact that they're just arriving one unit at a time, and this is a butchery. This was really badly done. And there we go, sent packing, and now these guys are going to arrive one at a time as well and also be defeated. That was a bad one. Another defeat. Yeah, this was the 248,000 versus... Sorry, 298,000 versus 130... No, it wasn't. It was this one. 237 versus 115. 4.8 war score. Yeah, that was not a good move. Why did they attack here? This is like the worst position they could have gone for. They could have attacked here. Yes, it's in the mountains, but they would have had massive numerical superiority to just bludgeon this guy down. Yuan's forces were so far away, it was going to take them a long time to cross all the distance to get here to reinforce. They could have taken this before the reinforcements arrived, and then it would have been the same situation in reverse. They're on -3. Next peace deal is force accepted. I really wish we could kick him. Because the problem here is, if you nation ruin, they're completely unplayable. So even if he doesn't want to play anymore, which is fair enough, if you're losing and you say, I've had enough, I want to back off, I have no problem with that. That means that we can at least bring somebody else in to play as Spain. But if you nation ruin the whole country, then their entire empire is unplayable, and we cannot bring in another player to take over, which can completely destroy the balance of power for surrounding countries in the area as well. And that's just not fair to the rest of the player base. This is why I take such a dim view on nation ruining. I hate it. Of all the things that I really, really detest in multiplayer games, that is it. Like, bad sportsmanship. There's no excuse. None. And nation ruining is bad sportsmanship, just taken to the extreme. It's making me angry just thinking about it. And there's nothing I can do because we can't bloody kick him. I was going to try and beef up the PC and try for Spain if it works, but after seeing what it's done, do I even bother? You would have to talk to other players, Marshall, because it is possible to recover that. You'll just need to ask for a bit of time to recover it in the same way that Sweden did. Yes, I would say it's recoverable. Better would probably be to play as a Mordecai at this point. Because a Mordecai is almost certainly going to get independent. I would be shocked if they don't. Now they're getting independent supported Sweden, Great Britain, Hamburg. A Mordecai is going to become a thing. A Mordecai is playable and they will become the United States very, very soon. And the USA is a really strong nation. Oh, yeah, that's also the end of the stream. That is true. All right, let's pull people together into one chat. We're going to choose this one. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hello. Hello.
Hello there.
Well,
Hello there. So yes, the end of this session. Well played to you all today. That was an interesting one.
Yes.
We had the big wars, Russia versus Huron, which are ongoing. So whether that's going to have any impact for the next session, a big player war not ending by the end of the session is a big deal. Shenanigans
We
might
have
well
that.
happen. We've had the breaking of Spain. I am banning Bacon from playing again. That was a classic example of nation ruining, and I will not have it. So Bacon is from here on banned. Spain probably isn't playable, but we might see if we can get a player in for a Mordecai next time, because they're a pretty major power.
And what did Bacon
Half of Europe is supporting their independence.
Yep.
Yes.
I saw that too.
USA.
Britain
USA.
Hamburg
the
switched
weird,
government 5
weird
times.
world where the pirate Britain is leading the support for the American independence.
Well, it's Pirate Britain, I guess. You're not true Britain. You're the rebels already. Up the rebels. But yeah, I just want to make it clear, like, I've had a couple of questions, particularly in chat, saying, what is nation ruining? That is. And I absolutely will not stand for it. I hate bad sportsmanship, and that is an extreme example of bad sportsmanship.
Again,
so
I'll
just
ask,
a warning.
what did Spain do? Ask him.
They've gone bankrupt. They refused multiple peace offers when they were completely reasonable. They just stopped fighting completely and just let themselves go into bankruptcy and then -3 stability. Like, that country is going to be hard to recover from.
Impossible.
Probably.
It's impossible at this point.
It's someone taking the ball and going home.
And yeah,
The
they've got,
only way it would be
internal
possible
conflict
is
sticking.
well,
It's not worth it.
everybody out.
So Spain, as of next session, I think I'm going to protect Spain for 1 session, and then after that they'll be good to go, except for a Mordecai. A Mordecai will be free.
So Spain has
What if I'm already at war with?
Yeah, what if we're already at war with them?
Then take what you want.
Okay.
In fact,
So what
screw it,
we-
no, I'm going to say next session Spain is not protected. Like, there's no point.
Yep.
So I will
That'd
say
be
that a
screw it,
Mordecai will be protected, so we can get a player in there and hopefully salvage something from this. But goddamn, I'm actually shaking. I'm furious about this. I cannot stand nation ruining. I cannot stand bad sportsmanship. Sorry to be ending things on that note, but it had to be said.
I just noticed
understood.
that there is a new Labradoodle.
A new one? A new one?
Renamed. It's renamed.
Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, be sure to hit that follow button to get notifications when I'm live again in the future. If you've really enjoyed this, then do consider subscribing. Helps the channel out, lets me do more of this kind of content. If you want to support the channel other ways, check out the Patreon, which you can find at patreon.com/Mordred Viking. I do have a YouTube channel where the beginning and the entirety of this series is being uploaded, so if you're curious how on earth we got into this mess, then you will be able to find that there. Finally, we have a Discord, which is where this awesome rabble hang out. You can find that at discord.gg/Mordred Viking, and if you wish to join us in the future, you are absolutely welcome to do so. I have a feeling a couple of colonial nations may be becoming available very, very soon, which could probably do with players, and that will really shake up politics in the Americas.
Yeah, but don't expect the team to be on the Discord. We do that in TeamSpeak.
Yeah. So those are the things you need to know. Thanks everyone for watching. I'm going to head off and get something to eat. I might be on League of Legends, but that'll be Tintuna streaming it, or possibly Tingles, I'm not sure. That's usually what I just do to hang out. So I will post a link to that when we are live. Otherwise, the next stream is going to be tomorrow, though I don't know what yet. That's it from me. That's it from everyone else here, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Later.
Bye.
See you.
Bye.
See you, everyone.
Also, we're going to go and raid Daniel, or the Da9L, who is currently doing another multiplayer game of Europa Universalis IV. So if you will head over there, yell in Viking Raid into the chat, that would be awesome. Daniel is one of the Paradox developers, although he usually does Hearts of Iron, so I'm kind of curious to see how he is at Europa Universalis. So swing on over there, say hello from Mordred Viking. I want to see his chat lit up with Viking Raid, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.